Imagine working your whole life, only to have the one person you trust most, your own father, strip it all away. A $3 million cottage. Gone. Sold behind your back. And when you ask why, he tosses you a $12,000 check like it's pocket change. That was my reality. Until I decided to change everything. And trust me, he never saw my revenge coming. If you've ever been betrayed by someone who should have protected you, then you're going to feel this one deep in your chest. Smash that like button. Subscribe for more insane Reddit revenge stories. And let's dive right into how I turned betrayal into the sweetest justice imaginable. I grew up believing my dad was the kind of man you could trust. Strict, sure. Distant at times. Definitely. But I never thought he would betray me like this. The cottage wasn't just a building, it was my sanctuary. It had been in our family for decades. My grandfather built it with his own hands, pouring sweat into every log, every beam. Summers by the lake, winters by the fire, it was where I felt safe. But here's the kicker. When my grandfather passed, the property technically went into my dad's name. Primera, ja, wa, sena, be. I didn't worry because family protects family. Right, until the day I came home to find my dad sitting at the kitchen table, a manila envelope in front of him. He didn't look up when I walked in. Didn't greet me. Just slid the envelope across the table. Inside was a check for $12,000. $12,000. He said, flat, like he was talking about groceries. Sold the cottage. Here's your share. Don't spend it all in one place. I felt like the air had been sucked out of the room. My hands shook. My throat closed up. $3 million worth of history. Gunundai was supposed to live off scraps. I asked him why. I asked him how he could do this. He shrugged. It's my name on the deed. My decision. You should be grateful I gave you anything. Grateful. That word stabbed me deeper than any knife could. After that, everything between us turned sour. He started acting like he had saved me from being irresponsible. Told anyone who would listen that I was ungrateful, that I didn't understand real money. Meanwhile, he was flaunting his new lifestyle. A brand new car. Fancy dinners. Bragging about wise investments. Family friends who'd known us for years pulled me aside, whispering, "Why would he do that to you? That was supposed to be yours someday." Every word was salt in an open wound. But here's the thing. He underestimated me. He thought I'd just roll over, accept my crumbs, and fade into the background. The breaking point, 1 to 2 minutes. The night it all clicked, I was sitting in my tiny apartment, staring at that check. $12,000. Enough to insult me, not enough to silence me. I thought about my grandfather, the man who built that cottage. I thought about how disappointed he'd be, seeing his legacy cashed out for greed. And in that moment, I made myself a promise. I wasn't going to just move on. I was going to rise so high, my dad would choke on his arrogance. Revenge planning and execution approx. 4 to 6 minutes. Step 1. I didn't cash that check. Nope. I framed it, hung it on my wall. A daily reminder of what I'd lost and what I was going to take back. Step 2. I poured myself into building a future. I took the skills I had contracting, design, real estate smarts from growing up around that cottage, and I doubled down. I started small, flipping rundown properties, long nights, early mornings, eating instant noodles while watching property auctions online. Every hammer swing, every coat of paint I was fueled by anger and determination. And slowly, things turned. A profit? Another there. Before long, I had enough capital to start my own development company. Hear us the sweet irony. The very lessons my dad used to mock me for. Wasting time tinkering, sketching, learning design software, those became my biggest weapons. Within 5 years, I wasn't just surviving, I was thriving. My company landed a massive project. Luxury lakeside cottages. The kind of development that would make headlines. And where did I decide to build? You guessed it, the same lake where my grandfather's cottage once stood. The day of the ribbon cutting, local press showed up. So did family friends. And so did my dad, estruded and probably expecting me to thank him for teaching me toughness. Instead, he saw me at the podium, cutting the ribbon on a multi-million-dollar project, one he had no part in, no control over. People asked me how I got here, what inspired me. I smiled, looked him dead in the eyes, and said, "Sometimes, being underestimated is the greatest gift. Sometimes, betrayal is the best fuel." The look on his face, priceless, a mix of shock, rage, and something he'd never admit or regret. In the end, I didn't just get revenge, I built a legacy that was truly mine. My dad tried to take everything from me, but all he did was light the fire that built something bigger. And honestly, that's the sweetest justice of all, dropping revenge stories coming your way.